play just for the 5th time here in 2020. And again, we welcome you here to Brandon at the home of the Lynx as the Brandon Valley Lynx. They're sitting at 6-3 so far on the season. Brandon Valley right now, they are number 7 in the Class AA polls going into today. Pierre at number 6. But again, Brandon Valley is 6-3 right now. The Pierre Governors sitting at just 3-1. 18 days ago, the Governors, they lost in 4 sets to Aberdeen Central. At that time, that was the only set that Aberdeen Central had lost. Since then, they've lost 2 full games, as the Governors were supposed to play Aberdeen Central a couple weeks ago now. It seems like it's been this entire schedule has been thrown off, and it really has, as the Governors had multiple games be postponed and canceled. Actually, all of them have been postponed because the one that was supposed to play on Saturday against Harrisburg this past Saturday, it will be now made up this coming Monday. So the Governors will be on the road again on Monday, and then on the road to Watertown on Tuesday, and then we'll play here on Thursday and O'Gorman on Saturday. So a really tough week coming up here for the Governors. And after having so many days off, this is a very important game for this Pierre team to get back on the right foot, actually just get down on a foot, because it's almost like it's opening day again. And we'll talk with Coach Casey Keenholz here in a little bit about how this will feel. And it's going to have that feel of a first game type jitters for a lot of these players, because it's been so long. We were watching everybody else play, and now all of a sudden you get a chance to play again. This is going to be an interesting first set here for this Pierre Governor team. And for the Governors, obviously a win would be huge, but if they fall in this first set, it's not going to be the end of the game already. They're not going to say that Brandon Valley just got this win. It may take a little bit for this Pierre Governor team to get right back into where they were before they got on that hiatus because of the coronavirus situation. But the Governors are 3-1. They beat Rapid City, Stevens, and Central, and they swept Mitchell. And then when you look at the common opponents here, Brandon Valley took Mitchell to 5 sets, or Mitchell took Brandon Valley to 5 sets before Brandon Valley was able to get the win. Again, Pierre with a sweep over Mitchell on the road. And the Governors are 3-0 on the road. They have played just one game at home. Next Thursday will be the second time, the first time that they return home since all the way back on that Saturday against Aberdeen Central on September 12th. So almost a month in between home games, but the Governors will be playing next Thursday at home against Huron, then Saturday at home against O'Gorman. But here tonight against this Brandon Valley Lynx team, who, again, they've played 9 games so far, which is 5 more than the Pierre Governors have, and they haven't had this 2.5, 3-week break. And some of these girls for Pierre have not had too much practice yet. They've been just returning to practice now and coming into a game here today. So this is going to be a very different-looking team, and you hope that the rust gets shaken off pretty quick, because that's exactly what the Governors are going to have is a rough rust to get shaken off here quickly against this a really good Brandon Valley Lynx team. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back, and we'll sit down and have our conversation with Coach Casey Keenholz of the Pierre Governor Volleyball team. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. Welcome back to the pregame show on today's KCCR, today's KCCR.com. Joining me is Coach Casey Keenos of the Pierre Governor volleyball team. And, Coach, it kind of feels like it's game one again. It's been almost 3 weeks since you guys have played, and that game all the way against Aberdeen Central. Yes, it was a loss, but really a long time ago. How do you treat this game? Do you treat it like a first game of the season again?
Well, that's what we kind of said. It's going to feel like, and hopefully we play like we did that first weekend of the season. And so, we've got girls that have been out that have just showed up here today to be their first time back on the court and back with the team. So we're excited for that, to have everybody back. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not we can show up and play together again and remember what that's like.
So for some of these that are showing up today to play, what's your expectations for them because they haven't been able to practice for the last couple of maybe weeks on end?
Well, of course, want them to be superstars, but realistically, just I guess be back to where they were. Some of them were still practicing as far as doing stuff on their own. So I guess that helps. But I think just getting back into the flow of what we're doing, and so I think that's the big part. And looking for some leadership. Saw some of those girls get the opportunity to play at that JV level, so that helps a ton. That they got to play that first game in JV, kind of work out some of those kinks, and then they're excited to get back on the court with the varsity.
This Brandon Valley team, they're 6-3. They've played 9 times for you guys' 4 games so far. What have you seen from them on film, and especially because they've played 9 games and haven't had this long break that you guys have had? What do you expect from them?
They're a team that's plays pretty. I don't want to say consistent, but a little bit slower game, and so I guess that's got to be our. Maybe a little bit something that we've got to keep up with is just being ready for anything, and since they swing a lot from the outside from what I saw, and so we've got to be ready to block that as well as be ready to defend a sharp cross court ball.
And this when you play again here for the first time, and things will kind of heat up pretty quickly. You have a lot of games, a lot of time, but where you guys are at the beginning of the season, going 3-1, and then dropping that game right before you had that long break. What's the message to make sure that kind of stays, being 3-1, being a 750 ball club right now?
I think that's one thing that we really focus is just, they've moved ahead of us, on the chart, I guess. And so, we want to stay there. We want to get above them. So this is kind of a big push for us, knowing that, again, haven't played, but also just having this opportunity. This is a big one for us to move up in those rankings. And so, I think these girls are, again, they're ready to play. We're going to get a lot of playing here in this next week and a half. And so I guess we kind of have to take these opportunities to be teachable moments and practice kind of situations. And so just looking for the best for us tonight.
How intense has practice been the last couple of days for those that have been able to practice?
We're starting to see just, maybe got a couple girls back towards the end of the week here. So, the excitement's coming back just to be able to get back with their teammates. And then, I think just with the whole difference in school, a lot of these girls don't see each other during the day anymore with practices or with, until practice time. So maybe a little bit less focus. So trying to rein them in a little bit, right away at the beginning. But, towards the end of practice, we're getting them to be, a little bit more intense and focus more on what we need to get done for the day.
How exciting is it to be finally back on the court again tonight?
It's great. I think that we're all just a little bit nervous, to see kind of where we're going to go. But I think this is a good starting point for us.
Coach, good to talk to you again. Good luck tonight. And, like I said, it's nice to have some volleyball back.
It is.
Back with more of the pregame show next on today's KCCR, today's KCCR.com. As we welcome you back here to Brandon as we get set for Brandon Valley and the Pierre Governors. John Winkler here on this Thursday evening as Governors are looking for their 4th win in 5 tries here this season. Brandon Valley has already got 6 wins, but they played 9 games. They're sitting at 6-3. This right now in AA is the 6 and 7 team. This matchup between the 6 and 7 team here in AA. So it should be a good one here tonight as the Governors take on the Brandon Valley Lynx. Although, again, the Governors are trying to recover, and not really recover, but just trying to get on the right foot here after being off for the last almost 3 weeks. It's going to be a tough matchup here for this Pierre Governor team as they take on Brandon Valley. Looks like we're going to get ready to start here soon. It looks like maybe we'll have the national anthem. So we will step aside for 2 minutes, come back with First Serve. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. Back here at Brandon as we are set here for volleyball between the Brandon Valley Lynx and the Pierre Governors. John Winkler here on this Thursday evening. As you heard earlier, the A's knock off the White Sox to advance to the ALDS. You'll hear the conclusion of the Broncos and Jets. That'll coming up here in just a little bit. And then we will have then the conclusion of the Brewers and Dodgers game. But here we're going to start with Marquis at Metro Canals to serve for the Governors. And we're underway here on this Thursday. It'll be played by Abby Finch up to the near side or the far side and goes down for a quick kill for Morgan Hunt. For Brooklyn Grage. And it's quickly 1-0 here for Brandon Valley. So the Governors got to try and get back up to speed here pretty quick. They trail 1-0. Cassie Ellingson will serve for Brandon Valley. Received by Reagan Weeby on the back line, set by Keenels, and that one was not touched by. It was touched by Brandon Valley, so it goes for Reagan Weeby to get a point, and it's 1-1. And Austin Weeby will come in for Keely Severett. For the Governors in the starting lineup, Reagan Weeby, Kenzie Growland, Maya Keenels, Avery Kaiser, Morkey Mucho Canals, and then as it was going to the bench, and now will serve from Reagan Weeby, tipped right over the nets, played by Austin Weeby. The chance, that one was tipped and it goes over the top of Austin Weeby. Liz Kopp with the kill for Brandon Valley, and it's quickly 2-1 here for the Lynx, and they'll get their first sub in. And a Parliament will come in, but serving here is Liz Kopp, who just got the kill for Brandon Valley to take a 2-1 lead. Kopp will serve from the near side to the far side of your top of the bottom to the top of your dial. There's a chance for Reagan Weeby. That one goes too far, and there'll be a 3-1 lead here for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Early on here, set one. Governors looking to go to 4-1 on the season. Kopp again will serve. from the bottom of the top of your dial. Avery Kaiser will play. Metro Canals bumped over by Kenols on the third hit. Set to the left side. And then got a hand on it with Metro Canals, but couldn't do more than that. As it's Brooklyn Grage that will get the kill for Brandon Valley. And it's now 4-1. Cop again. Another chance to serve here for Brandon Valley. This one will go into the net. So the Governors will catch a break, and it's now 4-2. And Reagan Wiebe will go back to serve here for the Pierre Governors. Here in set one, you're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station just past 7 o'clock. A sliding reception from Taylor Stebbin. That one will roll over the net. Diving for it was Austin Wiebe, and unable to get a piece of it. And it's now 5-2 for the Lynx. And the Brooklyn Grage will go back to serve for Brandon Valley. Head coach Marette Grage for the Lynx. Received by Austin Wiebe at the net. Was blocked by Kenols as it went over across the net. Here's a chance on the right side. Good dig there from Austin Wiebe. Another chance for Kaiser. That one got a piece of the net, and then it goes out. So it's now 5-2. And 6-2. And Brandon Valley has gotten back up by 4. And Grage again back to serve here for Brandon Valley. So the Governors a little slow here getting moving in this first set. Grage, Metro Canals will receive at Kenols to the right side. That one got tipped at the net. It's played by Brandon Valley, and it'll go for a point for the Governors. And it's now 6-3. Avery Kaiser with that, her first point for the Governors. Kind of Schleckaway is back in. She missed all the way back against Aberdeen Central a couple Saturdays ago. Kenzie Grunlow with the serve. Will be received on the back line. Chance for Hunt. And that one will be played by the Governors, but can't get it back over the nets. And it's now 7-3. And the Lynx again back up by 4. That's now Abby Finch, the 5'8 senior. Will go back to serve for the Lynx. Up by 4 here in set 1. Finch, middle of the floor. Kaiser got a piece of it at the beginning. Third hit for Schleckaway across court. Just barely stays in. A chance on the left side again. That was tipped to the net. Nice diving play by Metro Canals. Tipped right over by Kaiser, and it goes down for a big point for the Pierre Governors. Avery Kaiser just tipped it right over the top of the wall. That was going up for Brandon Valley and drops it in. It's now 7-4. Haley Severn back in for Austin Wiebe. By Kenols back to serve. Received on the back line by the Lynx. Chance on the right side from Hannah Parliament, and Metro Canals got tied up trying to get that reception. And it's now 8-4. And so the Lynx again. Doesn't take them long to get right back up by 4. Pierre can't get within a couple of points. As it will be Jenna Stengel, the 5'6 senior. The setter for Brandon Valley. She'll serve on the jump serve. See by Kaiser. Tipped by Kenols. It was set by Kenols. Just barely over by Kaiser. From the back line. Right into the corner. Brooklyn Grage with a kill. And it's 9-4. And the Governors are down by 5. And again, this is talking about, the first set may not be the entire game here for this Governor team. They can't let this first set, if he starts to get away from, because it's the first set in almost 3 weeks, where Brandon Valley has been in midseason form this whole time. Kenols will set. Kaiser, that one will go for a kill, and Avery Kaiser makes it 9-5. And Coach Kenols is talking about her, Kaiser, and the energy that she brings when she's not on the floor. You can really tell the energy level drops a little bit. The sophomore will serve. Be played by Kenols. Wiebe will set now for Schleckaway. To the back line, was received by Grage. To the left side, tipped at the nets and down for a kill for Taylor Stebbin, the 5'9 junior. And Brandon Valley back up again here in set 1 by 5. Stebbin now will serve after her kill. Metro Canals receives. Kaiser will bump it over for Wiebe to the cross court, stays in. And Finch looked like she was trying to let that one go out of play, and it stays in, so it's now 10-6. And Reagan Wiebe with the kill. And the Governors have pulled with four. And Mucho Canals here will serve for the Governors. Played by Stemmen. Set in the middle of the floor. Away. Mucho Canals. Nice diving play to get the dig. Wiebe tipped at the net. Played back by Stingle. Bump to the left side. Grage put it in the right spot again. And that's twice now that Grage has put it in that spot and just unable to find that. Nobody for the Governor is able to find that spot. As looks like Reese Terwilliger will check in here for the Governors. 11-6. On the serve for Cassie Ellingson, and that one will be misplayed by the Governors. And it's now 12-6. And Coach Casey Keenels will take her first time out, and we'll take one with her. 12-6. The Brandon Valley Lynx lead here in set one. Back in 30 seconds. You'll listen to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR. Today's KCCR.com. It is a 12-6 lead here for Brandon Valley over the Pierre Governors. As we play here in set one, John Winkler here in Brandon. Governors took their first time out, trying to regroup. First game since September 12th. Yeah, all the way last month. We're going to play on October 1st. As Ellingson will serve again for Brandon Valley. Received by Kaiser, but it went over the net. That one went out. Was not touched by Terwilliger, so it's going to be a point for the Governors. It's 12-7. Just a little bit too far on that 10 and almost end up putting it right into Terwilliger's hands, who had put her hands up in a reaction. But it's now 12-7. Austin Wiebe will check back in for Terwilliger, so it's now a serve here for Austin Wiebe. Across the back line. He sets by a single, and that one goes down right between the wall of Wiebe and Reagan Wiebe and Kenzie Groundland, as Liz Kopp did not miss right there. I mean, it was right in between the two of them. Hands were a little bit closer together. They probably blocked that one down, but instead it's a 13-7 lead now for Brandon Valley. On the serve from Kopp, misplayed by the Governors from Austin Wiebe, and it's now 14-7. And Brandon Valley doubling up the Governors right now. And again, this is a first set that Governors just want to manage through here. As Kopp, Wiebe will play. Keenels, she got stuffed by Grage. And the 6'1 senior outside hitter is the taller of the two between her and Keenels, and won that battle. Is 15-7 right at the net between the two. So Kopp again serves. Middle of the floor. Mucho Canals didn't receive very cleanly. That one's going to be at the net, and they're going to call a forehead violation on the Governors. Keenels touched it before it was touched by Morgan Hunt, and it's now 16-7. And the lead swelled up to 9 here for Brandon Valley in set one. Kopp again with the serve. That one goes in the net, so the Governors get another break here. Now 16-8 in set one. As the Governors trail here by 8 in this first set. Reagan Wiebe with the serve. It'll be played to the near side. Grage. That one blocked by Keenels. Did not lift it. There's a chance for Groundland. Does not get it down. Set now a chance for Hunt on the left side. And that one goes off of Groundland and lands down on the Pierce side. And it's now 17-8. And Remy Price will come in for Reagan Wiebe. First chance for Price. The sophomore is in here for the Governors. 17-8. Brandon Valley leads by 9. Goes right to Price. Keenels all the way outside the floor to make that play. And that one's hit too strong from Groundland. And it's now 18-8. And Brandon Valley up by 10 here in set one. Even with everything that has happened, maybe this, I'm sure this is not the start that the Governors were hoping for against Brandon Valley. Keenels will set for Kaiser. That one will missed as well. Might have not even gone inside those poles, and it's now 19-8. Missed the antenna. And it's an 11-point lead here for Brandon Valley in set one. Grage again with the serve for Brandon Valley. Price right back over the net. Groundland will make the play. Keno's trying to push it in the corner. It's played by the Lynx. Here now for Parliament. That one might have been tipped. Either way, it landed in play. And it's now 20-8. And you can see the rust, and that was the concern for this Pierre Governor team. Eventually, I mean, it's going to happen at some point. The Governors are going to have to get back to playing again, and what's kind of expected is kind of expected. That one will go in the net. Grage. When a team is playing for the 10th time this year and have not really stopped playing since the beginning of the season. They played the 26th and 17th the last two times they've played. As that will be over on the other side and down for another kill. As it makes it now 21-9. On the kill, it was Morgan Hunt, and a 12-point lead for the Lynx in set one. And still, Coach Keenel still the timeout left here in set one, but she might let this one ride out. As Abby Finch to serve. Austin Wiebe to receive. Keenels will bump back to Wiebe to the back line. Finch is there. Played to the right side. That one will go too far, and it'll be a point here for the Governors. As Parliament, the 5'11 junior, went too high. And it's now 21-10. The Governors have a lot of work in front of them here in set one. The great thing about volleyball, after this first set, it goes back to 0-0. As Keenels will get an ace. Misplayed by three Lynx. No communication at all, and it's now 21-11. And really, for the last part of this first set, it's all about them now trying to transition into building some confidence going into set two. Chance on the left side, another kill for Brandon Valley for Ellingson. And that's 22-11. 11-point lead here for Brandon Valley in set one, and the Governors, again, right now trying to find some positive to take into set two. Stengel will serve the 5'6 senior. Kaiser to play. Keenels back for Kaiser. That one goes for a kill for Avery Kaiser, and it's 22-12. You can tell that the Governors are trying to say, all right, Kaiser, after that kill, not nearly as pumped up as she normally is in a close game at the end of a set, but kind of had that nod of let's get going here. Let's start doing something with this. As that one by Kaiser serve, almost misplayed by Brandon Valley, does get over. Mitchell Knaus to Keenels. Now a chance for Reagan Wiebe. Received in a dig by Finch on the left side. That one, a net violation is called on the Governors. That's 23-12. And the Governors, the Lynx are 2 points away from taking this first set over this Governor team. Stemmen on the serve. Kaiser, Keenels, Schleckaway down for a kill. McKenna Schleckaway makes it 23-13. And Kenzie Groundland will come in for Schleckaway. So, Mitchell Knaus to serve. The Governors down by 10 here in set one. Mitchell Knaus to the back line. Finch able to receive to the front of the net. Pushed over at the net by Kopp. Here's a chance again for for Wiebe. That one tipped right to Mitchell Knaus though. Keenels is set now for Terwilliger. That one got blocked off by Brandon Valley, and it goes off into Brandon Valley's side. And there's another point for the Governors, 23-14, and Reese Terwilliger with a couple of good plays here in set one for the Governors. Mitchell Knaus on the serve. Receiving the back line, set, and a chance. That one goes to the corner and too far from Cassie Ellingson, and it's now 23-15. And the Governors trail by 8. See, the Governors can make a run here. Mitchell Knaus again will serve from the top to the bottom of your dial. Just over the net. Trying to make a set. Tapped over. Weeby is there. Keenol's now back to the back line for Kaiser, and that goes into the nets. And it's 24-15. So now Brandon Valley with a good 9 points here to work with to take set one. Across from Ellingson, Kaiser, Groundland, bumped over by Keenol's into the back corner. Played though from Stebbin. Middle of the floor. Metro Canals able to get a piece of it for Weeby. That goes down for a kill, lands on the line. And the Governors aren't dead yet here in set one. As Weeby gets the kill, makes it 24-16. Austin Weeby is in to serve. We'll see about 8 more points here for the Governors. Have to see 8 more points here for the Governors to keep this set alive. Weeby with the serve. Set up the nets. And that one will be bumped over at the third time by Finch. Set for Reagan Weeby. That one got tipped to the nets. It was played by Brandon Valley. It didn't look like it was actually hit by Brandon Valley, but they'll keep the point alive. Metro Canals able to dig that one out. Kaiser to the back line. That goes too far. And whether Brandon Valley had that first point or not on that rally, they do get the second one. And it's a 25-16 win for the Lynx in set one. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back with set two. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. Back here at Brandon Valley as we get set for the second sets. As the Governors, they lost the first one. It was 25-16. As they look for a rebound here in set number two, because you don't want to go down 2-0 to this Brandon Valley team. They're a good volleyball club. They'll get the first serve here in set number two. As Jenna Stengel will serve first here for Brandon Valley. 1-0 in sets for Brandon Valley. As they will serve right away. Metro Canals, that goes into the nets, and it's now 1-0. Didn't hear the whistle for them to start. And I don't know if maybe the Governors weren't ready for that one or not, but Stengel gets the first point for Brandon Valley, and it's 1-0. Here's another serve from Stengel. This one will go for Terwilliger in the back line. Groundland just got it over the net. Somehow got it over the net, and it's 1-1. Now the Governors tie it up. That was a quick set from Keenol's, and Groundland just put her hand straight up to the top of the net and knocked it over. Nice play there from Kenzie Groundland, and it's 1-1. Here's Austin Weeby all the way to the back line. Received by Stengel. Chance and down for Parliament, for Ellingson. And it's 2-1 for Brandon Valley. And the 2-1 lead here for Brandon Valley. Taylor Stemmen to serve. The 5'9" junior across. Kaiser to receive. Keenholz behind her back to make that play, and it was a nice dig there by Stemmen. Another chance for Reagan Wiebe. That goes down for a kill, and the Governors have tied it up 2-2 here in set 2. And Reagan Wiebe back to serve. The Governors haven't been down. The only time they've been down has been to Rapid City Central and Aberdeen Central. As that one goes down for another kill for Cassie Ellingson. And it's 3-2 here for the Lynx. They lost the first set to Central, Rapid City Central. Came back and won the next 3. And they were down 2-0 to Aberdeen Central. And then now trail here 1-0. Here's Kaiser. That one got blocked, but it didn't go back to the Pierre side as Avery Kaiser gets a kill for the Governors. And it tied up 3-3. We've gone back and forth here to start this first set. Grother on the serve. Finch didn't get a whole lot of that one. Almost misplayed it, but the Lynx are able to get across, and then it goes out on the bump across on the third hit. And the Governors have taken their first lead, 4-3. See if the Governors, after that first set, kind of shaking off the rust and back to playing some Governor volleyball. There's an ace for Kenzie Groundland. The misplayed by Grage. It is 5-3. So the largest lead now here for the Pierre Governors in this entire match. They lead at 5-3 here in set 2. Groundland again, top to the bottom of your dial. Right straight away to the floor. Almost was misplayed again by Brandon Valley. This one will go across. That one's too far from Grage. And it's now 6-3. And Pierre scored 4 straights. Have opened up a 3-point lead. Trying to add to it. Kenzie Groundland again with the serve. Just over the nets. He played the left side. That one's tipped. Played for Schleckaway. On the third hit, Price from the back line gets it over. Set straight away. Tipped by the Governors. Played by Groundland. Schleckaway with the kill from straight away the floor. Had all sorts of angles to go with. And got it here to the bottom corner. And it's now 7-3. The bottom right corner of your dial is where that kill happened for Schleckaway. It's now 7-3 for the Governors. 5 straight points. That one will hit the net on the third hit. They were able to get it over. It's Brandon Valley. Keenholz just dumped it right over the top of Grage, but it was not down for a point yet for the Governors. Austin Wiebe to set. Kaiser, that one's tipped at the net. Diving play by Schleckaway. Kaiser back over. Bumped across by Wiebe just over on the third hit. This one will get over off the net, and then Kaiser then will get it across. And a lift is called on Pierre, and it's now 7-4. A sub here for Brandon Valley as Coach Keenholz jumped out of her chair when the whistle blew. Didn't necessarily think that was the right call. Serve from Kopp, played by Price. Keenholz, Kaiser, just right over the top of the wall, played below by Finch. Grage an opportunity, dug out by Price. A set from Keenholz. Kaiser over on the third hit. Play to the back line. Grage again for Brandon Valley. Diving play from both Price and Mucho-Canals after he got tipped and slowed up at the net. And both Mucho-Canals and Price might have ended up bumping off each other, and then it goes 7-5. I mean, the ball went off both Mucho-Canals and Price. They thankfully didn't run into each other, because that could have been dangerous for some shoulders. Kopp on the serve. Price will receive. Kaiser at the net, got tipped. Set and across by Grage. Rolls on the net, does not go across. And it's now 8-5 for Pierre. Back up by 3. As Grage tried to pinpoint that one just past the nets into the corner, really the near side corner of the Pierre Governor's side. But it just rolled on the net. There's by Keenholz. That says that it did not hit the floor. It sounded like it hit twice, but now the Governors have to regather themselves as they start to celebrate that point. Kaiser to the back line in the corner, played by Finch. Grage at the net, tips it over. Mutual Canals dives for it. Keenels will keep it alive. Over by Schleckaway. Played here by the Lynx at the net, down and 4 points for Morgan Hunt on a kill. And it's now 8-6, and Coach Keenels is not happy as she was saying that's hit the floor. The Governor's able to recover and almost had that point. As Kaiser will receive the serve from Grage. Back over for Kaiser. Didn't get all of it. Chance at the net, and that one did not get over the net. So it's a point for the Governors, 9-6. As that chance from Morgan Hunt went straight into the nets. Avery Kaiser back to serve. As Terwilliger and Schleckway and Wiebe up front for the Governors. On the far side, chance for a kill. Good job by the Governors. As Kaiser was falling away, trying to get one across, and it falls for Brandon Valley to get a point, 9-7. That one didn't make it over the net. As Kaiser was too far off balance, almost was going sideways to make that play. Here's Finch with a serve. 2-point lead for the Governors, 9-7. Keenels tips to the net, down for Terwilliger. There's a big kill on a quick set from Keenels to Terwilliger, and it's now 10-7. And Reese Terwilliger, a couple of good plays here early on for this Governor team. As the lead is back up to 3, Mutual Canals to serve. Finch receives. Parliament goes into the nets, and it's 11-7. A 5'11 junior put it right into the nets. And the lead's back up to 4 here for the Governors. Here's Mutual Canals again for Pierre. He played by Grage. Set and a chance. That goes down for Ellingson on the kill. 11-8. That was a quick set, 2 from Brandon Valley. Ellingson with that big kill. And Jenna Stengel, the 5'6 senior, will come in to serve. For the Lynx, down by 3 here in set 2. They lead 1-0 in sets. Keenels sets it. That one for Terwilliger, and that one got blocked down by Brandon Valley. And it's now 11-9. 2-point lead for the Governors in set 2. Midway through this second set. Kaiser received. Keenels now for Wiebe. Dugouts at the front of the nets. That one blocked up into the air. Kaiser to play. Keenels is set for Groundland. Tipped over, trying to get to the corner. Played, and a chance on the left side for Taylor Stemmen. And Stemmen knocks it down for a kill, and Brandon Valley is pulled within 1, 11-10 here in set 2. Jenna Stengel again will serve after the timeout. Coach Keenels takes her first timeout here in set 2. Back in a minute. She'll be back in 30 seconds. Listen to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. It is a 1-point lead here for the Pierre Governors, 11-10, as we play here in set number 2. Again, don't forget we'll have football for you on the air after this one is over between the Broncos and Jets, and then the Brewers-Dodgers to close out the night of a busy Thursday on today's KCCR. You heard the A's and White Sox game be played not too long ago. The A's advance. And now here is Brandon Valley again with a serve, a chance to tie. On the serve from Stemmen. It'll be Stengel. It'll be played for Groundland on the third hit. At the net, set Stengel. And that one goes too hot from Ellingson for Mutual Canals. Ended up taking it off the left shoulder and could not get a play made on it. And it's now 11-11. As it is Stengel on the serve again. Keenels. Kaiser, that one will be into the nets, and it's now 12-11. So Brandon Valley has a 1-point lead. Stengel again with a serve. Montreal Canals barely got to it on the third hit. Weeby's going to get it across, and she does. Keeps it inside the antennas. And on the left side, that one got blocked by Gromlin and Terwilliger, and it's now 12-12. The Governors have tied it back up. So Austin Weeby in for Terwilliger to go serve. The senior looking to give the Governors the lead back midway through set number 2. We played Finch from the back line across by Grage. Keenels had held up in the net. It got into the net and held up enough for Keenels to get over to it. Now there's a chance. That one goes too far for for Brandon Valley, and it's a 13-12 lead now for Pierre. As Kaiser put the ball in the net, it hung up in the net. It got caught, so Keenels had a chance to get over and underneath it to make a play to keep it alive. As that one will go down for a kill, this time for Taylor Stemmen, and it's now 13-13. And Stemmen will go back to serve for Brandon Valley. So just after Pierre had a great play to give them the lead, Brandon Valley answered it quickly to make it 13-13. Stemmen on the serve. Kaiser receives. Keenels will dump it across, but played though by Finch. Grage goes into the nets. Actually did not go in the net, went into the Governors, and then came back down for Grage to not have an opportunity to play. And it's 14-13 here for Pierre. They lead by 1 again. A 1-point lead for Pierre. As Reagan Weeby. Stemmen. Chance on the right side. Got blocked again by the Governors. Ellingson had the opportunity. Kaiser, Groundland were both there, and it's 15-13. What a big point that was here for the Governors. To kind of start, maybe create some distance. As Stemmen will receive. Set by Stengel. Ellingson again. Montreal Canals is able to get over to it. Dump back across. A good job by Austin Weeby for the back line. Reagan Weeby goes too far. And it's 15-14. As soon as she hit it, she knew that she hit it too hard. And now Brandon Valley back down by just 1. On the serve from Ellingson. Keenels. Kaiser. Will be played here for Stemmen. Grage. Price was able to get a piece of it to dig it out. Montreal Canals goes diving in. Keenels on the third hit. Barely kept it in to be played by Brandon Valley. That one will go too far from the Lynx. There's the points. Liz Kopp went too far, and Pierre will pick up a big point right there and make it 16-14. As Price, she dug it out, and it went way up in the air. Almost hit the rafters. The Governors are able to get across. Kenzie Groundland, tough hits from Stemmen, and it goes for a point for the Governors. And Groundland's serve has been working here tonight, 17-14, and Coach Grage has got to take a timeout. Her first one that she's used all night. 17-14, Governors lead by 3. You're listening back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. As we welcome you back here to Brandon Valley, 17-14, Pierre leads in set number 2. Brandon Valley took the first set, 25-16. The Governors have that 3-point lead, the first timeout taken by Coach Grage. As Pierre leads it, Groundland again with a serve, just over the nets. Almost misplay by Stemmen again. They'll come back to Stemmen on the third hit. Austin Weeby. Set to Keenels for Kaiser, down for a kill, and Avery Kaiser makes it 18-14. A 4-point lead here for the Governors as they trail 1-0. This will be a big set to even things up. Groundland again on the serve. Finch able to play, set by Stengel, and a lift is called, or a 2-hit violation is called on Stengel, and it's now 19-14. So the Governors will open up a 5-point lead here as we start to get late in set number 2. Groundland, that one goes into the nets. So it's now 19-15. Mucho Canals will come in for Groundland. And Liz Kopp now will serve for Brandon Valley as they trail by 4 here in set number 2. 19-15. Liz Kopp across Reagan Wiebe, or excuse me, Remington Price played it. That one bounced around a couple of times. It was pinballing around. Kaiser a chance for a kill. That got tipped at the net. Played and over and down for a point for Brandon Valley. Liz Kopp just tapped it right over and between all 6 Governors. They all watched it fall right in between all of them. And it's now 19-16. They pull within 3. Price on the reception of the serve. Keenels for Schleckaway. Almost went too far, but was played by Brandon Valley. Mucho Canals with the play. Keenels now for Kaiser. Tipped. Stebbin was able to dive and make the play. Across to the third hit. Price didn't get all of it. Kaiser went tumbling over Price. And it's now 19-17. Both teams with 1 timeout left here in this second set. And Brandon Valley starting a little bit of a run here. As Kopp again across. Price is right there, an easy reception. Kaiser back to the corner, though. Kopp is the play. Finch over on the left side, and Grage will get a big kill. And it's now 19-18. And Coach Keenels still is not taking that timeout. But 4 straight points now here for Brandon Valley has pulled them within 1. It'll be interesting to see here how long Keenels goes before she takes that last timeout if they can't stop this run. Keenels across. It was tipped at the net. On the third hit, Kopp will get to the back line. That goes too far. The Governors will take that. As Brandon Valley, that was an unforced error from Brandon Valley. And it's now 20-18 here in set 2. Keenels to the corner. Too far. Trying to pinpoint it all the way in the back corner. Goes 20-19. So the Govs lead by just 1. Brooklyn Grage, the 6'1 senior to serve for the Lynx. And Mucho Canals and Price. Miscommunication is an ace for Grage. And then we are tied now here at 20. Late in set number 2, the Governors look like they might have started to have this in hand. They led by 5, 19-14. But Brandon Valley has scored 6 of the last 7 points. Grage, Mucho Canals to receive the serve. Keenels, Kaiser to the corner. It's good. And down for a kill for Avery Kaiser to give the Governors that 1-point lead, 21-20. As it'll be coming in, Hannah Lemieux that will serve. First chance for her in a varsity game, Hannah Lemieux. And it's 21-20. One-point lead for the Governors here in set 2. Finch on the reception. Stemmen tipped right over the top. Although Keenels was able to get to it and knocked it back over the net. From the right side, Mucho Canals couldn't quite get over to it as Parliament will knock it through for Brandon Valley, and it's tied 21-21. So here's Abby Finch, the 5'8 senior. Rolls over the nets and went right to Terwilliger. She had to play it, but ended up going back over the top of Mucho Canals. So the Lynx have taken a 22-21 lead here in set 2. And it's now a timeout for Coach Keenels. And that's Governors are down by 1 here late in set 2. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. 22-21, Brandon Valley leads by 1 late in set 2. They won the first one 25-16. On the side, Reagan Wiebe just barely stays from a net violation, but it goes down for Ellingson for a kill, and it's now 23-21. And Brandon Valley all of a sudden is 2 points away from taking a 2-0 lead over the Pierre Governors. Pierre had a 19-14 lead. 9 of the last 11 points have gone to Brandon Valley. Keenels to set. A chance for Reagan Wiebe to the back line. A Stemmen opportunity. And a dig from Lemieux, but it goes too far, and it's now 24-21. And Pierre is now a point away from going down 2-0 to this Brandon Valley team. Abby Finch to try and serve for a set win. Keenels. Reagan Wiebe. Dug out by Grage. Tipped right over the nets. Another chance for Reagan Wiebe again. Tipped at the nets. And one of the Governors is hurt. Lemieux is hurt, and it goes down for a big kill. That's a big point for the Governors because Lemieux is hurt. And Pierre was still able to get the points, even though they went down 1 in that point. Lemieux dove for it. They were able to get it up after it was just tipped right over the net. Lemieux dove to keep it alive and then just couldn't get back up. And that's, you always take that risk every time you dive. But she could not put any pressure on the left leg as both Coach Kruger, Coach Keenels, and the athletic trainer for Brandon Valley is out to talk and check on the leg of Hannah Lemieux. 24-22, Brandon Valley leads by 2, and the Governors have got to score the next 2 points. And they're going to help Lemieux able to lift her up and see if she can walk off. She's slowly walking away and a little bit easier walking away. Maybe just a little bit of a stinger on that left leg. So now the Governors got to regroup here quickly. Down by 2. Metro Canals to serve to try and keep set 2 alive. And to stay from going down to 0-2. Metro Canals on the serve. Finch to receive. Up for Grage. Off the net, but played by Keenels. To Williger. Kaiser to the back line. Played by Grage again. Stemmen an opportunity. Metro Canals dives for it. Governors are going to keep it alive in a one-handed hit, but it's going to go out from Keenels. And it's now in 2-0 deficit for the Governors to try and climb out of 25-22 here in set 2. Governors are down 2-0. A lot of work in front of them. But they have the opportunity starting in set 3. Back in 2 minutes with that third set. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. As we welcome you back here to Brandon, as the Governors, they trail 2 sets to none. They've lost 25-16 and 25-22. And here in set 3, they will get the ball to start for their first serve. Well, the Governors have a lot of work in front of them. Take it set at a time, take a point at a time. Reagan Wiebe will serve here to start set number 3. Wiebe across to the bottom of your dial. Played for Ellingson. Dug out by Muchel-Knaus at the nets. It was played again by Ellingson. And where Keenels really got stuffed right there at the nets. And it's now 1-0 here for the Lynx to open up set number 3. Governors, after tonight's, they'll be off until Monday. And after when Monday starts, it'll feel like an eternity from Thursday to Monday because they'll play 4 times next week. And that one at the nets, and it's going to be misplayed by the Governor. So it's now, it'll be misplayed by the Lynx. And it's 1-1. So Pierre has tied it up at a point apiece. But they'll play Harrisburg on Monday. That's a game that has been rescheduled. They go to Watertown on Tuesday, home against here on Thursday, and then home against O'Gorman on Saturday. As that one is off the nets, but they're going to say that the Governors touched it, so Brandon Valley will take a 2-1 lead. So they'll be on the road Monday and Tuesday, home Thursday and Saturday, and Coach Keenels now is asking if maybe somebody had touched it for Pierre. From this angle up here, it did not look like anybody from Pierre touched it. It looked like it went just straight off the net and back across. And they have all 4 officials talk about it, and Coach Keenels there. So now it is a 2-1 lead here for Pierre. They're going to say it was not touched by the Governors, and so Pierre will now take a 2-1 lead. And that's a big point here for the Governors. And one that, give credit to Coach Casey Keenels for making those referees get together to talk about it. So the Govs have that 2-1 lead, and we want to try and keep that lead here. Kenzie Growlin will serve. On the serve across, Finch at the net, set and blocked. They'll play by Finch again. Grage from left to right across. That stayed in. That one did not go out. Looked like maybe it landed out, but they say it landed on the line, so it's 2-2. And a kill for Grage to tie it up. Liz Kopp to serve. That one hits the net, barely goes over. And no chance for Kaiser. And it's now 3-2 on the ace for Kopp. So sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And the Lynx have a 1-point lead. Another serve from Kopp. Wiebe almost misplayed it. Keenels is set for Schleckaway to the corner. It's down. Stebbin went diving for it and just ran out of real estate. And it's 3-3. And the Govs have got it tied back up. As Mike Keenels will serve here for Pierre. Keenels all the way to the back line. Stebbin to receive. Set for Grage on the right side. Tipped. Kaiser got over to it at the third hit. Schleckaway played for the second hit from the Brandon Valley Lynx, but a net violation on Brandon Valley. And it's now 4-3 here for the Governors. That's a big point for Pierre. And a great job not giving up on the play there for the Governors. Here's Mike Keenels. Another serve. Stebbin sliding to make that reception. Trying to tap it across. That one will go out, and it should have been a point anyway for the Governors because I don't think it was touched again by Pierre, but they let it to play out from Morgan Hunt, and she ended up hitting it out anyway. So it's now 5-3 here for the Governors. Down 2 sets to none. Keenels, that one played by Finch. Grage from right to left goes down across court for a kill, and it's 5-4. Grage has been Brandon Valley's best player here this evening as they have pulled within 1. They lead 2-0 in sets, does Brandon Valley. 25-16 in set 1, 25-22 in set number 2. And now down by one here early in set three. Grage too far on the serve. Great job by Price to let it go. And that was a split second decision to let it go. And it was the right one. So it's 6-4 here for Pierre. Kaiser on the serve. Stemmen right to her to receive. And that one, Parliament goes down and in for a kill. In the corner, on the top left corner of your dial. Make it 6-5. Finch to serve for Brandon Valley. Tipped Kaiser. Kaiser again after it went across the nets. Ellingson trying to get that kill. Was dug out by Kaiser. Sets. Stemmen got blocked by Schleckaway and Terwilliger. And it's now 8-5 for Pierre. 7-5 for Pierre. Back up by two. Metro Canals to serve. Into the corner, Finch. Nice job by Finch. Set that up perfectly for a set and a good dig by Kaiser at the net. And then throwing down, calling for a net violation. Not going to get it. The net was moving. But Pierre can't believe Coach Keenels and Coach Kruger, Coach Stoser, Coach Williger, all four of them had their arms up in the air looking for a call on Brandon Valley. Didn't get it, so it's now 7-6. Serve from Stengel. Keenels, Reagan Wiebe dug out by Finch at the nets. Played back, touched over by Stemmen. Wiebe to play. Keenels gets to the back corner. Grage is there. That one goes off the net, off of Wiebe, off of Gronlund and down from Kopp. And a kill to tie at 7-7. And everything that didn't go the way for Pierre. Stengel on the serve, the back corner. Terwilliger received. Now a chance for Terwilliger again on the set from Keenholz. Dug out by Finch. This one will go inside for Ellingson. And a kill for Ellingson is 8-7. Brandon Valley up by one here in set three. The Governors are in a must-win situation here in this set. Trailing 2-0. Short serve, and that's an ace for Stengel. And it's 9-7. Governors had a 19-14 lead in set two, but could not finish that set. They lost by 3, 25-22. Another short serve. This time Terwilliger was there. Keenholz, Wiebe across. Stemmen goes back to Stemmen again. That's another kill for Stemmen. And it's now 10-7, and Coach Keenholz is not wasting much time to take that first time out. Down by 3. Brandon Valley leads 10-7 here in set 3. Up 2-0. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball. Today is KCCR, and today is KCCR.com. It is a 10-7 lead for Brandon Valley here in set 3. As, again, we will have Thursday night football for you after this one concludes between the Governors and Brandon Valley. Also have the conclusion of the Brewers and Dodgers game, too. As we'll have the Broncos Jets after this one is done. It is a 7-3 lead right now at the end of near the end of the first quarter for the New York Jets. After the timeouts, it is Stengel to serve again for Brandon Valley. Kaiser got a piece of it on the reception. Terwilliger goes down with a kill, and it's now 10-8. And the Governors have pulled within 2. Austin Wiebe in to serve for the Governors. And again, down 2-0 here against this good Brandon Valley team. Boy, you look at the schedule next week. Harrisburg is good. Harrisburg might be out of all the teams they're going to play, as this one's tipped over and across and down for a point for Brandon Valley. Harrisburg right now, where they sit, is in 11th place. That's going to be the worst team that they're going to see next week, because they'll see the number 1, number 3, and number 4 teams all next week in O'Gorman, Huron, and Watertown. Watertown on the road here on O'Gorman. Thankfully, are at home. Metro Canals, the third hit, does not get it over. It's now 12-8. Brandon Valley up by 4 here in set 3. So it doesn't get any easier from here. And the Governors are going to have a lot of games in a short amount of time. As Metro Canals at the nets. Keenol is able to hit it high up in the air. Weeby to set for Kenzie Groundland. Dug out by Abby Finch. Tapped across the net. Kaiser got over to it. Hit by Weeby, and nobody was there for the Governors. Metro Canals thought somebody else was going to be able to hit it, but she was the only one in the vicinity. And it goes here for a point for Brandon Valley, and it's now 13-8. Kaiser will take a seat as Lemieux. Nice to see her back in after leaving with a left leg injury. She'll receive that serve. Back for Lemieux. Trying to get a kill early on, right back into the game after being injured. Grage tapped across right over the top of Austin Weeby and down. And it's now 14-8 here for Brandon Valley. A 6-point lead for Brandon Valley here in set number 3. Stemmen again to serve. Metro Canals misplayed it. 15-8 on the ace from Stemmen. 7-point lead here for Brandon Valley. And things are starting to unwind a little bit here for the Governors. Stemmen again. Just did not get it over. Didn't even hit the nets. Talking about trying to make a short serve. And it's a point here for the Governors. Not even a celebration here for Pierre after that one. That was a one that Stemmen probably wants to have back. 15-9. Weeby on the serve. Stemmen receives. Set. Ellingson got blocked. Set again from Stengel for Grage. That one started to get blocked by Keenol's and then was hit out of play. It is now 16-9. And Remy Price will check in for Reagan Weeby. Ellingson to serve. Austin Weeby. Keenol's across. It'll be for Grage. Kaiser got a piece of it to the bench. And Price ran out of real estate trying to get over in front of Coach Keenol's and Coach Stoser and goes out for another point for Brandon Valley. They lead by 8, 17-9 here in set number 3, leading 2-0 over the Governors. Ellingson a serve. Keenol's just set for Kaiser. Tipped. Stemmen, though, got a play on it. Grage an opportunity. That one got tipped in the net, but it goes for a kill for Grage, and it's now 18-9. And Lily Sanchez now will come in here for the Governors. The sophomore. One of 4 sophomores for the Governors. Price, Sanchez, Kaiser got tipped at the net over Kenzie Growland. Now a chance for Kaiser again. That one will hit the net and go down for a kill, and it's now 18-10. Schleckaway is in for Metro Canals. Kenzie Groundland will go back. So right now you look at the 4 of the 6 on the floor right now are the sophomores. As Kenzie Groundland goes in the net, and it's now 19-10. Metro Canals will come in. You got Sanchez, Schleckaway, Kaiser, and Price all in the game right now for this Pierre Governor team. You're kind of looking at a lot of the future of this Pierre Governor volleyball team. Sanchez for Price. That goes in the net, and it's now 20-10. And the wheels have kind of fallen off of this Pierre Governor team as they look like they're going to go to 3-2 on the season. Although it's been nearly 3 weeks from last game to this one, it'll have dropped 2 in a row going into Harrisburg on Monday. Across, that one goes down. Another kill for Grage, and it's all of a sudden 21-10. And the Governors are in now very big danger of getting swept by Brandon Valley here this evening. Liz Kopp to serve. Kopp goes into the net, and it's 21-11. Twilliger come in. for Austin Wiebe. So again, more youth for this Pierre Governor team. 21-11 as the serve from Sanchez. That one is blocked down by Schleckway and Kaiser, and it's 21-12. And outside Mutual Canals right now, you're seeing all girls that will be back next year for this Pierre Governor team. Again, when we say that, well, this is only the 5th game of the year for Pierre, but I'd like to see what the future holds for this Governor team as Mutual Canals. That one will be a net violation. And it'll be a point for Brandon Valley's net violation on Pierre. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. 22-12. As the serve coming up from Grage. Kaiser to receive. Sanchez sets. Twilliger across. Did not get it across. And it's now 23-12. And 2 points away here for Brandon Valley to take the sweep over the Pierre Governors. You get a chance to play on Monday again. Price on the reception of the serve. Kaiser over. Finch misplayed. And from one side of the court to the other, it goes now 23-13. Kaylee Severin will come in for Remy Price. So it is Kaiser to serve. And that stays in, and it's for Avery Kaiser, and it's 23-14. 1 point at a time here for the Governors. And again, we will have the Denver Broncos, New York Jets Thursday night football game for you here. They have a quick post game and get you out to New York. And that one, another misplay. I don't know how that wasn't a lift, but it would be somehow knocked over by Brandon Valley. Schleckley trying to get a kill, but dug out to the right side. Again, the Governors have an opportunity. That one at the nets, and it will go down for Brandon Valley to get a point, and it's 24-14. Lemieux back in for Kaiser, and Brandon Valley now has match points. Now the Governors have to score 10 in a row to keep this one going. It is Abby Finch to try and win it here for Brandon Valley. Severin on the third hit, bumped across by Terwilliger. At the nets, Mutual Canals set by Sanchez. Severin into the nets, and that's the ball game. 25-14, Brandon Valley wins it. They get a big sweep over the Pierre Governors. After the Governors were off for nearly 3 weeks, the Russ going to be knocking off pretty quick because they got Harrisburg on Monday. We'll step aside for a minute, come back to the post game. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball. Today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. As we welcome you back here to Brandon Valley, it is a 25-14 win in set 3. So 25-16, 25-22, and 25-14 for Brandon Valley as they get the sweep over the Pierre Governors here this evening. As Brandon Valley now at 7-3, the Governors fall to 3-2. The Governors will be back on the road on Monday in Harrisburg, on the road Tuesday in Watertown, and then back home against Huron and then home on Saturday against O'Gorman. 4 games next week for the Governors as they quickly get back into playing a lot of volleyball, and we'll have a lot of volleyball in the month of October going into the that month of November where they play just 2 times before the end of the, just one time before the end of the season There should be 2 times before the end of the season here for the Pierre Governor team, as they are now 3-2. Again, Harrisburg, they will be playing Harrisburg on Monday in Harrisburg, and in Watertown Tuesday, Huron at home on Thursday, and then O'Gorman at home on Saturday before they play again that following week, following in a couple of days off before they travel on that Thursday to Sioux Falls, Washington. So the Governors fall here in straight sets here tonight. Stick around as we'll have the Broncos and New York Jets coming up here after the close is done. The Governors, they fall here tonight. Thanks to Deidre Scott back at the station. I'm John Winkler. Governors are swept out here tonight in Brandon Valley, 25-16, 25-22, and 25-14. As we say good night from Brandon Valley and send you out to New York.